Hello. Hi. How you doing today? Let me turn that off. Okay. Okay, I think this is much better. Hey. Yes, we are here today and we are going to be talking about the best AI tools for faceless channels content. Yes. Now, of course, you guys know that faceless channels are the thing right now. I mean, you get to your timeline and then you see, an advert tell you, oh, come on, you can create a faceless channel and make a lot of content without showing your face. Of course, that's the life that everybody wants to live, and that's what we are talking about today. So, what's actually a faceless channel? A faceless channel is a channel where you provide content that you don't show your face, your own personal face. It doesn't have a personality to it, right? Yes, you might have a name, maybe your brand name or stuff like that, but you are not exactly showing your face. You're creating content, probably instructional content, tutorials content, vlog content, documentary style content, all manner of content, but you are not showing your face. That is a faceless channel. Now, of course, a faceful channel is where you show your face, just like I'm showing my face today. Yeah, that's a face. People call it either faced or faceful or personality channel where you show your face, and that you can attach a personality to it. You can actually put a name, you can put a face to the name, right? That is a channel that is like a personality channel or a faceful channel or a faced channel. I'm still thinking of the English to use for it, but we all know that faceless channels are you're not actually showing your face. So those are the two different kind of channels that we actually have. We can actually have a mix of both, where you do some content where you're not showing your face and you do some content where you're showing your face. So today we're going to be looking at the different AI tools, because AI has actually come to stay, come to help, come to be of assistance. In some cases, practically taking over the work. When you talk about AI tools, artificial intelligence tools, there are many. Hi, you're welcome. Just say hi in the comments. Let's know you're here. Say hello. Yeah, so we are talking about the AI tools that are very helpful, right, to creating faceless content. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Just give a like and subscribe. It's nice to have you here. So the first one I want to talk about, I mean, we're going to talk about it in different categories, right? Because for you to create the content for your channel, you need different, buckets. And it's very important. You need AI tools for certain aspects of the content creation. Would I call it the ladder, or would you call it the spectrum, or would you call it the ecosystem, right? So we have the very first, which is talking about, the idea creation. Because you're thinking about the idea. What is the idea behind the content you want to create? So there are tools you're going to use for that. After that, you're going to look at, okay, now that I've gotten the idea, right? In fact, in the idea, we have research. So there's idea creation, there's research, right? And those form like a bucket of things that you need to actually work on before you get into creating the content. Because if you don't know what your people want to watch, it's just going to be like a guess in the game. It's going to be like you're walking down the dark without really knowing what to do. So it's important that you know, what do people really want to watch? What do they really resonate with, right? So we need to do that research. We're going to come to the kind of AI tools that are going to help you out, right, with that. Then once you have decided on the content you really want to create, then we now break it down to what exactly is now going to be the engine room. What are we now going to make? So once you have that idea, how do you create that idea? How do you come up with the script? How do you come up with the dialogue? How do you come up with, the things that you need to create the voiceover, to create, the discussion, the script, and all of those good stuff? We're going to look at that bucket. After that, we're going to look at image generation, stock image generation, and video generation. We're going to look at all of these things in its strata, right? So let's start with the very first one, right? We'll start with, idea creation, idea generation, I mean, right? Because if you don't know what people want to watch, you are just going to be guessing, right? So in the idea generation, we start with the research. So for instance, you can go to YouTube, because I'm actually, this is like a precursor to what I call like a practical session I'm going to be having with you guys. So you're going to be seeing it live and direct. I'm going to be showing you live all the things I'm talking about, right? But today is just, so this particular video is to share with you like the introduction to what you're going to use to create your content, right? So when you go to your YouTube channel and you type into the search bar, hi, thank you so much. Nice to have you here. When you type into the search bar, how to, right? That is for tutorial content. Or you can type into the search bar, videos. Hey, thanks so much, guys. Nice to have you here, right? You can type into it any particular keyword. It's going to bring up certain things, right? And when it brings up those certain things, you can filter to either this year or this month. And so when you filter, you now begin to see the kind of things that people are watching. So you can now decide based on that search volume, based on the view count, based on the likes it gets. You can now say, okay, I can create or recreate these kind of content, right? So once you have that, like for instance, if the niche where you want to be creating content for is health, for instance, so you can go into the search bar and type in how to fitness, how to slim down, how to eat well, all those kind of things. And then it will bring up videos. Hi, yes, I've seen your hi. Thank you. Thanks so much for the compliment. I appreciate. God bless you too. Thank you. Right. So when you type that into your search bar and then you hit on send, it will bring up content videos that have been created on that particular niche, that particular, topic. The best thing is search for recency. Go and, what we call filter. Search for recency. You can look at the last 6 months. You can look at this year. You can look at this month. When you look at that, look for the videos that have the highest views, that have the highest engagement, and you can recreate that content. So when we have decided whether, depending on the niche you're creating content for, whether you want to do documentary style, you can talk about history, different niches. Talk about history, talk about documentation, talk about, true crime, talk about, all manner of things. Just type into the search bar. Let it bring up that particular list of, videos that have the highest value or volume of likes or views. And then you now begin to search. You can now drill down to the things that you really, really would love to do. Once you do that, get your idea. So let's take, for instance, health and fitness. Like I said, you can say, okay, for instance, there's a lot of adverts about Tai Chi walking, right? So you can actually type into it, Tai Chi walking, how to Tai Chi walking, and look for the videos that have massive views. And then if you know anything about Tai Chi, I don't know anything about Tai Chi walking, I'm just doing that here, right? And then you can go and have that idea. You come up with like a list of 4, 5, 6 topics, titles. Now, we're still going to take it into another engine room to refine it. Because after you've got to do the first work of checking on YouTube, you are now going to move to ChatGPT or Gemini, asking them, concerning this particular topic or niche, could you bring out for me, you can call it top ranked titles, viral titles, right? Or videos that are ranking high in search or in, a volume on YouTube. ChatGPT will bring it out for you. That is the first AI tool I'm going to talk about, and everybody knows about ChatGPT. It's our best friend. ChatGPT is our best friend. Of course, alternatives to ChatGPT are Gemini. That's Google Gemini. There's Claude. I haven't actually used Claude before, but I've used ChatGPT. I've used Google Gemini. I've also used DeepSeek. Those are the 3 I have used for research, right? I've used them to even bring out viral topics, viral content, things that, people are searching, actively searching for. So when you're able to get that is the first thing. What is that thing you want to create? And what is that topic you feel that people are actually engaging with? And yours might even be entertainment, and you might be in the movie industry, and then you want to come up with maybe, video ideas. video topics, right? Movie titles that are going to sell in the market. You can tell ChatGPT to help you drill down to the topics that are, oh, yes, I like the feeling of sand. I like that. You can come up with those kind of things. Look, let me tell you something. The AI tools we have now are to help us. Of course, they're not to replace us. A lot of people feel that AI is going to replace them. No, there is still a need for the human touch, no matter how you see it. But it's just like a PA, like an assistant, right? So you need to understand that you too, like AI is supposed to be like an assistant for you. It's supposed to help you out. It's supposed to make your work easier. It's supposed to bring out details that you might have overlooked, right? So that is a very important thing that you need to take note of. Get the idea right, get the topic right, get also, the scripting right. That's another thing that ChatGPT can do for you. You can tell it to script for you. Now, some people go to the extent of actually ripping off, right, the transcript. So a lot of people say, "Oh, go get a transcript of a particular video, rip it off." There are AIs that can help you to rip off, bring out the transcript, and then they will now throw that into ChatGPT or into Gemini and say, "Give me something in this light." Now, make sure, like people say, you can still like an artist. You can try, add your own twist, add your own take, add your own flavor. Don't just copy like that. That's where the problem is, right? So everybody has their own ideology on this, but I'm just giving you the ideas of what you can do, what you can actually do to spice up your content with virality and also with, what people want to watch. So imagine you're a movie maker and you're wondering what kind of title or topics am I going to make for my next movie. You can do the research on ChatGPT, on Gemini, and it will bring out that information for you. That's important, right? So we are talking about idea generation. What tools can you use for faceless channel content? Now, Super Grok is also a very good one because I'm going to come to that. But we're still talking about idea generation. We're talking about, the script writing. ChatGPT can write your script for you once it has the idea. So tell it to write the script. Read through it, make sure that it also flows, right? Make sure it doesn't hallucinate because you want to tell it to go deeper, to think deeper, to make sure that the information it's bringing out is authentic because AI can hallucinate, it can make mistakes. And they always tell you, if you go to ChatGPT, you say, ChatGPT can make mistakes. Gemini will say, Gemini can make mistakes. Make sure you cross-check. And they're doing that to save themselves because AI can make mistakes. Yes, it can. It can hallucinate. It can tell you things that are not, that whip them up from, from outer space. They don't exactly exist. So you need to cross-check, especially if you're doing things that have to do with details, documentation, information that are actually real. And now you need to do your, research and make sure that you're sure that it's safe. Just say to think deeper. Tell it to come up with, information that is fact checkable. Make sure that the something that is fact checkable. It's very important that you don't go and say wrong things. But of course, when you're talking about fiction, or maybe you're talking about stories or movies, it can be anything, as long as it's, when you talk to the AI models like a human being, they give you things like a human being. That's how to deal with AI. Yeah, they're supposed to be your helpers. They're supposed to give you stuff, right? So we're done with the research. Now let's go into oh yes, hi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the comment and thank you so much. God bless you. Yeah. So let's talk about we've spoken about the content generation in terms of the ideology. I mean the idea. And we've also spoken about the script writing because AI can write the script for you. Yes, thank you. AI can write the script for you, but make sure that you talk to it like a human being and tell it you want to say it in human, natural English, or maybe whatever language you use, but just tell it to be natural. Tell it to speak from the heart and tell you it will come up with something that's really good. I've been using ChatGPT and it's been doing well for me, right? I've used ChatGPT, I've used Gemini, and I've used DeepSeek, right? So those are the three I've used. Now let's talk about The next thing, let's assume you want to create images. Maybe you're a folktale channel, or maybe you want to do like some reviews and you need images. Yes. The next one I want to talk about now is Super Grok. Now, Super Grok, or Grok, which has now translated or moved to being Super Grok, because Grok Grok was free for the longest of times, but now it's longer free. No longer free, my people. It is now paid. You get 3 days to try it out, right? And I'm going to be doing some practical with Grok. Don't worry, I'm here for you. We are going to be doing a Grokathon. Yes, I just manufactured that name, Grokathon. I love it. Type it in the comments if you heard that. We are doing a Grokathon. Yeah. And then we're going to be looking at different ways in which you can use our Grok to create, videos, images, and all of those good stuff. So you want to create images, you want to create videos. Grok is for you, right? But just in case after a while, it's going to no longer be free. I have a free alternative, which is Vivago, right? So, but let's talk about Super Grok. Super Grok is really good. I'm telling you, when it comes to image generation, when it comes to video generation, I'll say it tops my list. Unfortunately, it actually tops my list. And I'm only saying unfortunately because it's no longer free. It's no longer free, my people. Yes, but unfortunately, Super Grok tops my list, both on what? On image creation and on video creation. Now there's VO3, there's Sora, there's so many of them. But I'm talking about free tools that you can actually use now and that you don't have to pay a dime for, right? Because if you're creating content, putting in the work, putting in the effort, you still want to have free tools that you can use, at least to create your content to a level where you start making money, you get monetized, and you can now start paying for the tools, right? So Super Grok is there. You can try it out for 3 days. Of course, the way to go around it is to have another account that you can actually pop on after that, right? But after a while, you definitely would have used up all your accounts. So you should know that it's just for a temporary amount of time. It's just for a short amount of time. But Super Grok it's doing wonders. You can make your images, and when you create your image, you can actually turn it, you can animate them. So Super Grok is very good. Now, I have another one, which is Vivago. Now, I stumbled over it. I came across this one. I'm like, wow, it's actually free and unlimited, guys. Free and unlimited. The only things that you have to pay with your eyes, you have to pay with your attention, you have to pay by watching ads, or you can just, upgrade to their premium. They also have premium that you can actually upgrade to. But if you don't want to upgrade, all you just have to do is watch with your eyes. So we have the video, the image generation, and we have the video generation. Now, after you create your videos and you put them and stitch them all together, don't worry, I'm here for you. I'm going to be doing some live practicals, right? After all this that we're talking about here, we're going to do some live practicals. Yeah, so I'm going to show you all of that step by step. No problems about that. I can't do that while I'm talking. I'm just giving you the information right now. So after that, you need to package it. You need to have good thumbnails. Because you see, if nobody clicks, nobody's going to know how good your content is. If nobody clicks your thumbnail or click your video, nobody's going to know how good you are. I came across another one, beautiful one, Pixels. Oh my God. Spelled Pikzels. Oh, Jesus. It's not free, but they give you some tasters, right? Let me tell you something. What I like about this particular, AI that helps to create thumbnails for you and helps to analyze thumbnails and gives you suggestions and helps you to fix your thumbnails, Pixels, Pikzels. Well, they're not paying me to do this, but I'm telling you, it's really good. Really good. It will analyze your thumbnail. If you have a thumbnail you want to recreate, you can give it the link of the video. It will recreate it for you. Add some reference pictures and things like that. It will recreate it for you. Or if you want to just ask it questions about, is this thumbnail good? It will tell you that this thumbnail is good. It could do better. It will score it for you. And then it will give you suggestions. And then it will recreate it for you. It's beautiful. I love it. And I've been using it in the past few days. And it's really good. So that's another thing. And the beautiful AI that can use to package your videos. Because if nobody clicks on that video, they're not going to know how great you are. They're not going to know what is inside that video. They're not going to know at all. So it's important that they must get the click. And you know, when we're looking at analytics, the reach, the number of people that click versus the number of people that see your content is what we call the click-through rate, right? You want your click-through rate to be at least between 5 to 10%. Now that's really high, but at least if it's something in the range of 3 to 5, 6, 7%, that's really good. So for you to increase your click-through rate, you need to make sure that you enhance your thumbnails and they look good. Now, there are many things you can use to actually enhance your thumbnails. Google Gemini is also very good. Gemini, that is the pro version, not the free one. The pro version for Google Gemini will help you create thumbnails. All you just have to do is come up with a thumbnail prompt, and you can get ChatGPT to do that. You can get Gemini to do that for you. You need a thumbnail prompt. And then when you come up with that, you throw that in and it creates that for you. It's awesome. I'm telling you, you will need that in your content creation journey. So these are the tools. Now, when you have now done all of that, you need to upload your content. You need to edit it. Now we even have some AI that help you to do what we call smart editing. Yes, I think there's something like Script, something like that. I can't remember the name of that particular AI that helps you to, I think it said, I'll try and find out. There's a particular AI, not Script, I think it's Describe or something like that. What it does is that it helps you to cut out all the oohs, ahs, and stuff, all the rubbish, that all the things in between that are not supposed to be there. It cuts out all of that for you, right? And then it now leaves the most important part where you need to now read through or listen through and then see your final adjustment. So it does that initial removing all the wrong things. And then all you just have to come and do is just do the icing on the cake. That's what AI does to help your content, right? I think it's the script or something like that. I can't seem to remember it right now, right? So those are the things you need. After editing, you need to upload to your channel, right? And you need to now trust God that the algorithm will work in your favor. Now, what are the few things that you need to know about content creation in terms of videos and upload of your videos? Consistency is key. I know, I mean, life can get in the way and life happens, yeah. But you see, you need to tell yourself, if it's just one a week you can do, work with that. If it's 1 in 2 weeks, work with that. But the best, at least if you can do twice a week or 3 times a week, that will be really good. And you keep to that time and you keep to, that consistency. You will see that you begin to see traction on your channel. You begin to see traction on your channel. Look, it's input and output. If you do not put in any input, you can't see any output. I know of someone who started the channel and posted the first video and was wondering, no views, and stopped. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing is going to magically happen. You have to keep on posting because the algorithm doesn't know you yet. It doesn't know what your content is about. It doesn't know what you're about. So you need to tell yourself, I need to come up with at least 100 videos before I decide to stop. You need to tell yourself, I'm going to keep on posting at least 100 videos. At least Mr. B says, at least post 100 videos. Do that. 1 video, 2 videos a week, 100 videos. After that, you can now decide whether you want to continue this YouTube thingy or not. But if you're not being consistent, forget about it. You have to be consistent. You have to tell yourself. And then you have to tell yourself that you want to get better every single time you make a video. 1% better, 2% better. Nobody's telling you to be like Mr. Beast. Nobody's telling you to, get all those fancy equipment. Just make sure that you have a clean phone that at least has a clean camera, right? And video yourself, or all these AI tools, right? Because these are the things you will need for your Faceless channel content, right? So I've said a whole lot. Do you have any questions for me before we take our leave? I can see that we are here. Just for me so that I can say goodbye. Any questions? Okay, so tell me in the comments, what is your YouTube channel and what particular content what's your niche? What do you create content about? Share with me in the comments. I'd like to know, what do you create content about? Yeah. Okay, and which AI content, or which AI model do you use? I've mentioned like about 6 different kind of AIs, from idea creation, idea generation, to scripting, to packaging, to I've mentioned quite a number. mentioned ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, DeepSeek. I've mentioned, Super Grok, mentioned Vivago. There's even Veer, right? Yeah, I've used a whole lot. I can't even count the number of AIs I've used. I've used Novi AI. I've used a whole lot, right? But I'm telling you the ones that work, the ones that are going to give you good output, and Super Grok tops the list. Yes, Super Grok tops the list. Oh my God. I won't say unfortunately, Supergroup is still king, right? So that's it. That's it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. It's nice to have you here. I'm super excited that you're here joining me. We're going to be having fun, having what I call a Grokathon, yes, or maybe I'll have a Vivagothon. I'll be showing you AI tools that I use. I'm going to be creating content together so that you can see how you can now begin to use that in your own Faceless YouTube channel. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.